We had the Chicago Air and Water Show here over the weekend.
Oh,
Did you hear about the
yeah.
Blue Angels
No,
busting out some windows?
no, but I heard a lot of people, like all the folks I know that live up in the burbs, and or in Chicago, like some of the people I follow on different social media, they're like, yeah, it's that time of year. So who celebrate, you'll get scared because you forget about it and you get freaked out, going, "What the hell is that?" As the Blue Angels buzz the city.
Yeah, I mean it's not it's not like they're launching missiles or anything. They're just like some jets flying around. But they were doing their practice run on Thursday, I think, or Friday, and and they said they did not break the sound barrier. Now I'm
Hmm.
about 4 miles north of where the shore where the show was going, right there on the
Right.
lake,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting there, and I heard a concussive baboof. And about two
Sonic
hours later,
boom, huh?
yeah, about 2 hours later on the news, there's people going, I'm just sitting there looking out the window, and all of a sudden, just comes flying in. And just before we went on, I just heard a jet buzz by, and that's what made me think about it. But
Nice, nice.
anyway, that's
Yes.
all.
Welcome in, everyone.
Welcome. Hi. How are you? Hello. Hello. Good to be
Good,
here.
good. Good, good. It is the Mike and Molson Mangle the News. Whether you're watching on one of the major networks of Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, we appreciate you chiming in wherever you'd like to. There's the Monkey line, 7074 Monkey or 707-466-6539. Or you can comment wherever you're watching from. A lot of talk about inflation. Everyone's always about inflation.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I didn't realize was also being affected by it were ice cream trucks.
Oh, is that
I
right?
thought, yeah, I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be the $1.50 or $2 that you would have when I was growing up
Mm-hmm.
and you were growing up, where they would come through with you'd have the baseball mitt that was cherry with the bubble gum baseball in the middle that tasted like chalk because it had been frozen for 8 years.
That was
And
never good gum. Never good gum
no,
in there.
no, but you would still buy it thinking
Yeah.
this time is going to be different. So I was surprised when I heard a dance remix almost of Turkey in the Straw blaring in my neighborhood. And I was like, is that an ice cream truck? And sure as crap it was. So I look outside and it was like the name of the truck and then ice cream or Italian ice. So I was like, do I want some? Do I not want some? Like, kids just went back to school this week here in Florida. And so no one was stopping. So it passes by the house and yeah.
As I was riding down the road with a two-horse.
Well,
That's
wasn't
that's
that? That's a
that's
little
too
crazy.
good. Yeah, it's got to be
That
really
is way
cheap
too
and.
good. Yeah, really. Doodle, 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 doodle,
Boop,
doodle,
boop, boop,
doodle,
boop, boop, boop,
boop,
boop, boop,
boop,
boop.
boop, boop, boop.
So it's just
So,
a
but
crap
this one had
speaker that's barely alive.
no, this one had like updated speakers and had the boots and pants underneath it, like boots and pants and boots and boo do 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 boo do 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 boo do 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 boo.
Damn.
And I was like, wow. So anyway, as it came back around past my house the second time, a kid right there. That's it. That's it. That is the sound of youth and shitty bubble gum. That is the exact soundtrack of shit gum right there. So, long story short, comes back around, kid two doors down, tracks it down right in front of my house. So I'm like, all right, I got to see what this is all about. Because maybe I go out and get some and relive my youth. Maybe I don't. I'm not quite sure. And so I see the kid, like the guy stops the car, the truck, pulls back around, comes out the window. Hey, kid, how's it going? Da, 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 da. And then he points to the sign of 3 separate sizes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're scooping like real ice cream or real Italian ice in this particular ice cream truck, but it was not that. It wasn't like
Right.
pre-made things. So then I look a little closer. Small was $6.50, a medium was $10,
Oh,
and
mama.
a large was $14. Who
Oh,
just has 14? Like, it took forever to get my parents to give me 250 for the Ninja Turtle bar. Who's going out going, hey, Mom, can I get $14 for neighborhood ice cream?
was it any good?
It looked like
Oh,
then I became intrigued because I
yeah.
didn't go out and buy some. And then I became intrigued, and I'm like, well, now I got to look up this truck, and it actually looks pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Like it looks pretty fresh. It's not like the frozen crap you got as a kid. But I was still like, who's just got $14 lying around
Yeah. I mean, that's
uh, for ice cream from the ice cream truck? Like you walk up to that and you're thinking, I'm in for maybe 5, 7, with inflation from 30 years ago. But
yeah.
$14 for a large?
It's almost like you're in one of those bougie food truck areas, like in
Yes.
Austin or Portland or something. That must have been some swank ice cream. I don't think any self-respecting ice cream man is selling it for $14.
Well, because then I started thinking of like, is that a lucrative business model anymore of ice cream man?
I honestly, as a
Like,
kid,
whoever made money.
I know. But you know what? When I was a kid, that was my first wish of a job to be. I thought the ice cream man has to be the richest person in the world because clearly everybody wants ice cream. Look at this line.
True. Yes.
And
true.
in my mind, I didn't think cost of goods and markup,
gas and
right.
and
I just
copyright for Turkey in the Straw.
I just thought he just kept all of his cash. And then I had the brilliant idea that in the winter I would be the hot chocolate man.
Oh, okay.
Because when you're in Chicago in the dead of winter, you hear a song out the window, and you want to get your boots on and your coat and your hat and go chucking down the street. Hot chocolate man, hot chocolate man.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I was gonna be a mogul.
You were, but yeah, $14 for ice cream for a large. Now $6.50 for a small. I assume that's what most kids are going for. But even at $6.50 for some ice cream in your neighborhood, it's not Mr. Softy, I'll tell you that much.
Just looking at that picture, though, how stressful was it when you got up to the truck and you had to choose?
That was the worst.
That
was the worst.
And the clock was ticking, man. The ice cream man didn't want to be there.
No. No. The kids behind you were like, hey, hurry up, Windmacher.
And you could, it's like, how can you pick? And you just, and I always ended up with the red, white, and blue rocket. That's what I always ended up with.
Pop.
Yeah.
Well, and part of the stress too was how much money did your parents give you? How much could you get them to give you? And then you had to budget. It was the first time you were learning about economics as a child because you wanted the Ninja Turtle, right? I always wanted the Ninja Turtle. It had like the 2 chocolate eyes or whatever the hell the eyes were. And, it was like lemon ice or whatever. It looked like a Ninja Turtle. Like, that's what I want. But that was always out of my price range.
Yeah.
So then you would blurt out, did you guys have the screwdriver in yours? It was like this
real
pink
long.
No, it was like this pink mushy like plastic cone. Like it almost looked like the plastic version of the water cooler cup that's like a triangle.
Oh yeah.
And at the bottom was more of that shitty gum.
Yeah.
Like instead it was a smaller gum ball, and you'd have to like it was almost like a combination of a cherry push up and ice. Like it wasn't ice cream, it wasn't a snow cone, it was some amalgamation of both with some just frozen gum at the bottom, which you were like, oh, I really want to get to that gum, and then it ruined everything.
And has anybody, and give us a call on the monkey line, it's always freezer burned, right? It's never good, no matter what.
No.
This one may very well have been. Maybe they've got it figured out in your neighborhood.
Well, yeah, because it looked like they were scooping actual ice cream or Italian ice into an actual cup because they had sizes, unlike what you saw. Because you're right. My dad every once in a while would have a craving for like the Nestle Crunch on a stick bar, like ice cream bar. And when the ice cream man came around, he would then be like, oh, I'll pay. And it was always crap. Like he would bite into it like, this isn't what I wanted. I thought it was going to be better. And my sister would always panic by the pre-packaged red, white, and blue snow cone.
Yeah.
That was just basically, it was 4 layers of actual ice.
Yeah.
And you got one chunk of cherry flavor and a slight blue, which was blue raspberry. And then the rest was just, hey, you just ate a bunch of ice and paid 75 cents.
It was like Arctic permafrost. You could not get through it. It was awful.
No. You lost a chipped a tooth.
And if you got a popsicle, it had melted the night before, and so you took the paper off, and it just was like these strings.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And the one time I finally got the Ninja Turtle, half his eye had drooped from the day before. So it's like his eyes were like one was up here, one was down here. You're like, oh. So yeah.
That's
So
awful.
price has gone up on ice cream, kids. If it's coming through your neighborhood, this particular truck, be ready to shell out $14 for a large ice cream.
That's intense. That is intense. Hey, we have an FDA warning that we need to let you know about because we are here to serve the public. You know, we still have our FCC radio licenses, and so we understand that we are operating in the public industry, even though we're on the bullshit internet now.
Right, exactly. We have obligation to spread information, especially when it becomes this ridiculous.
Beware of radioactive shrimp if you've been buying your high quality seafood at Walmart for some reason.
Hey, any port in the storm. I need some shrimp, and Walmart's right there for me.
Yeah, that's like the time there was a thing of sushi at the Hy-Vee gas station, and I like an idiot picked it up. I was like, what am I doing? I'm like on a suicide mission here.
Yes,
but there is possible contamination of some Walmart shrimp with cesium-137, a radioactive isotope. U.S. Customs and Border Protection alerted the FDA. It was detected in shipping containers at 4 U.S. ports. Testing on frozen shrimp from the distributor also tested positive. However, no shrimp themselves have tested positive. So the containers were kicking the Geiger counter. Dick, 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 dick. But the FDA is still recommending a recall on certain shrimps. The Great Value brand shrimp, because that's what you want. You want discount seafood when you're
when
buying.
I need a shrimp cocktail, I want a Great Value shrimp cocktail.
How cheap do you have?
Yes. Can we go any lower? Has Aldi got some shrimp too? No need to throw them under the bus.
Yeah, they didn't do
shrimp.
anything. If you recently purchased raw frozen shrimp from Walmart that matches this description, throw it away, said the FDA in its press release.
No, eat it. You may get superpowers. It's
Right.
radioactive. I mean, a radioactive spider made Spider-Man, but is Shrimp Man really a hero we need? I don't know what your power would be if you got the power. Like Spider-Man got the powers of a spider. I don't know if you eat radioactive shrimp and end up being Shrimp Man, what exactly that all entails.
And I can never keep it straight. Do you think this is something that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. would be in favor of or against? Because sometimes you go, oh yeah, sure, we probably shouldn't have all these poisonous food colorings in our, and you agree with him, and then he does something weird like, actually, cesium-137 should be in your shrimp because that's how I got this awesome voice.
He swam in that like radioactive waste in that one little pond, so I'm sure he likes himself some radioactive shrimp. You cook the radioactivity out of it. Yeah. Just put it on the barbecue. The radioactivity comes right off of it.
External exposure to large amounts of cesium-137 can cause burns, acute radiation sickness, and even death.
Oh, well, maybe not eat it then. Maybe just pass it through and just throw it straight into the garbage rather than ingest the Great Value shrimp.
Yes, so be careful out there, kids, or you might end up like this weirdo.
Oh my God, this story, please comment on this in the comment section, wherever you're watching from, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or call the monkey phone. Because here is this situation. This was a story brought to Reddit. This girl says that she was dating this guy for a year. Things were going pretty good. But she did notice that her boyfriend never had toilet paper in his bathroom. They were living together, 2 separate bathrooms. He would use one, she would use the other. No toilet paper in his bathroom. And she was like, that's a little weird. But she thought, maybe he's just using dude wipes or something along those lines. She then says she started noticing smells, like awful smells. Sometimes his laundry would stink in a very specific way. I thought maybe it was just bad hygiene in general, so I brought it up. He told me to drop it. She said eventually.
Don't talk about this.
We're not talking about this, all right? We're not talking about it. She says eventually, after too many suspiciously stained boxers and just a level of funk no grown man should be walking around with, I asked him point blank, do you wipe after you poop? Which is a question that should never be asked in a relationship. And if it is, you immediately leave that relationship.
So I imagine this person went to Reddit looking for advice.
Yes. Time
I
out. You
mean,
don't need to. You should
when
know.
yeah, I mean, come on. When the funk happens that frequently, you don't even ask
How
the question. You just kind of go, this isn't,
you've been with him for a year.
right.
What is it like being intimate with a man?
Uh,
Like, does he shower before every time you do the hibbity dibbity? Like, come on. According to her, the boyfriend shrugged and said, "Nah, wiping is kind of gay. Why would I touch? Why would I touch my own ass?
yeah, there you go. That's a man.
Yeah, well, I'm wiping my butt. That's kind of gay. Who's
Gay.
touching their own butt?" I thought he was joking. I laughed. He didn't. As it
I don't think
turned
he
out,
understands how gay people work.
right? Yeah, exactly.
That's
I
not
don't
what gay
either.
is all about.
No, she goes, that it turned out the boyfriend legitimately believed that wiping makes you gay and that real men just let it fall out and go about their day. She told him that way of thinking was stupid and incredibly unhygienic
God.
and made her feel physically sick to be near him
Well,
sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah. Her boyfriend then reportedly accused her of being judgmental and said that she should accept him for who he is.
No.
No. She goes, I do, but I draw the line at poop. I said if he didn't start wiping and taking basic hygiene seriously, I'd have to reconsider the relationship. Boyfriend allegedly started sulking and said that she was being shallow, telling her she was, quote, prioritizing societal expectations over true love. Wow, that's a
Hey,
mouthful.
champ, there's plenty of fish in the swamp. Go get yourself a lady who likes that kind of thing. You won't
For a
find
guy
one.
who, no. You may in the darkest recesses of the internet, but for a guy who doesn't wipe his own ass, to use the word prioritizing societal expectations, that's a pretty big leap.
Yeah, that is.
So,
That is.
uh,
Wow.
yeah. So he even then texted me a link to men's rights subreddit post about how wiping is emasculating. And so she said, am I a butthead for breaking
No.
up with him? And yeah, everybody was like, no, dude, you got to wipe your ass. Like, that's just gross.
Well, yeah. 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 And man, she probably suspected it early on. Something wasn't right.
Right.
And then she moved in with him.
Because
See,
can you
see the
then?
whole
I
thing is
am
the whole thing's weird. The whole thing's weird because you go over and visit with him and he has no toilet paper. That doesn't add up.
no, and then knowing what you're knowing, and the boxers are stained, and you're possibly sharing a laundry machine with that person, knowing what is going through. And I understand that's trying to clean it, but there's still some remnants behind.
No,
Uh, that is one societal expectation that I think needs to be followed through with.
I don't
She
think that's
said
asking too much.
she ultimately ended the relationship. It was somehow even messier than I expected, no pun intended. She explained to him it was more than just wiping. It was about respect for her and the space they shared together. So the user told her ex that she was disappointed after repeatedly asking him to change. So yeah, I don't know if he's still not wiping his ass. Boyfriend allegedly stood up and threw his keys on the couch before calling her judgmental and shallow, then packing up a duffel bag with random things around the house. Before he left, he looked at me and said, "You'll regret this. You'll never find another guy like me." No, she
No,
won't,
you're right. You
because
won't.
other guys wipe their ass.
Good
So
riddance
she's
to
better off.
bad poop pants.
Exactly. Get out of here, poopy McPoop pants.
Speaking of poop, the president of the United States and President Poopin recently
Putin.
met recently met up in Alaska. They went on a little date. Probably got some ice cream.
Oh yeah, $14 ice cream up there.
Yeah, and we're now finding out that apparently Vladimir Putin's bodyguards carry around what amounts to a poop suitcase so that nobody can go through the Russian president's poop and see if he's on any kind of medication or anything. Is apparently what the reason is for that.
Does he think? Does he not? Do they not have toilets in Russia? Does he not know how flushing works?
Well,
And eventually, they kind of, it disintegrates, and yes, we can still get fecal, but you can't trace it back to anyone. I don't think.
No, but I mean, if Vladimir Putin says, excuse me, I have to go use the Vlad. I have to go use the Ivan.
The Putin has to do some pooping.
And in theory, yes, I guess our spies could reroute the pipe from the urinal and say, aha, now we have his DNA.
Well, he's doing something wrong if he's shitting in a urinal.
Yeah. Well, get whatever fluids they want.
The toilet. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Gotcha.
That's
Okay.
what they're saying. All right. According to a report by the Express, Putin's bodyguards resorted to a peculiar measure to prevent foreign powers from gathering intelligence about the Russian leader's health. That has come up in recent years. The practice first revealed by two investigative journalists involves members of Russia's Federal Protection Service. These agents are tasked with collecting Putin's fecal waste during foreign visits, sealing it in specialized bags, and transporting it back to Russia in secure briefcases.
Oh. Do you think that includes the toilet paper too? Because there's going to be remnants.
I would imagine all of it. I would imagine. And so I guess I wonder what the protocol is there. He goes into the bathroom. Does he take the suitcase with him?
I guess. You're going to check that bag? No, I keep that bag. I will not be checking. That's my poot case. That's my poot case, as it were. I like to call it my poot case. See what I did there? I make joke. Poot case.
Yes. The underlying reason appears to be national security. Medical samples, including fecal waste, can provide details, insights into a person's health. What if they find out that he's got like a peanut allergy and somebody just throws a can of Planters at him? That could end him.
Death by Mr. Peanut.
Reports surfaced amid ongoing speculation that the president's health had been waning. He apparently has been doing this since 2017, and and so anytime he leaves the country, it's a big deal. They have to, they gotta take the poo suitcase with them.
Ah, man, who draws a short straw on that detail?
And can you imagine?
And then they gotta fly it back.
Right.
Ugh.
And if you're one of the people on the Vladimir Putin Secret Service detail, remember when our Secret Service guys were getting in trouble because they were going to bars and getting blitzed and everything? And can you imagine some lass ambles up to you, like the girl who just broke up with her boyfriend with the poo pants? What do you do for a living? I collect Vladimir Putin's poo. It's like, oh my God! Is everyone weird?
What's wrong with me? Why am I in all this scat stuff? God dang it.
And then what? So they get it on the plane, they take it back to Moscow. Then what?
They light it on fire? Maybe?
I don't know.
What I want you to do, take Putin's poo, go ring doorbell of protester and light my poo bag on fire.
Right.
Be like, you've been Putined.
I mean, if it's that valuable, you can't just go flush it in a Russian toilet. That's we don't know where that's going.
I don't know. Maybe he's like a pharaoh. He's just kept it all, and it's going to be mummified with him when he dies.
Well, and then you do start to wonder. That's a potentially valid point if they're concerned that whatever his health issues or something sensitive, or it might get out. That could sort of be disruptive on the national stage, that he's being treated for something or whatever, or taking some medications. So then you start to go, is like, does every world leader have to be concerned about that?
God, let's hope not. Because I have a feeling a guy who sparked an argument in our next story would be like, he needs one of those as well.
Right. No. Our 47th president poops nothing but magic gold leaves.
Yes, that he then sells to you.
Right. Order my Trump poo.
Not gonna believe how big this gold leaf is, straight from the source.
Yeah. Our pooping president very divisive person, and I guess a couple of guys in Florida were having a debate, as Americans do. And one guy is saying Donald Trump is an absolute business failure. He's bankrupted 7 different
Casinos,
companies.
yeah.
Yeah.
Trump steaks.
Yeah, bankrupted casinos, which is almost impossible to do. And so a 38-year-old man named Donald James Brown Henry. That's right.
What? That's awesome.
It's not Donald James Brown Henry. His middle name is James Brown. It's one word. Yeah.
Nice.
James Brown.
James Brown. Huh, I feel good.
Donald James Brown Henry was found guilty of second-degree murder when he killed Sean Pop. The conviction carries a mandatory sentence of 17 years. Apparently, he was at the house and they were visiting, and Sean Pop was smoking marijuana and makes a comment about, Donald Trump bankrupted his businesses. That's when James Brown believed that Donald Trump, did not ever go bankrupt, but instead chose the wrong individuals. Trump is perfect.
Oh,
He just associates. He's amazingly brilliant, except he's too stupid to pick the right friends. Is the
argument. That's a pretty valid argument if you look around the cabinet right now.
The disagreement quickly escalated when Henry became convinced that Pop was, quote, talking to me like I was stupid. So he apparently was sharpening a kitchen knife at the time, and then,
as one is doing,
ran across the room and plunged it into Sean Pop's chest.
Ugh.
The victim stumbled outside and then collapsed in the street. Deputies said that Pop's fists were, quote, deadly weapons, and that his military family background and survival training kicked in during the fight. He's making fun of my president.
Wow.
And promptly stabbed his stoned friend for daring to suggest that maybe the president doesn't quite have the business acumen that he thinks.
What do you think? What's the odds this guy gets a pardon?
Oh, wow.
Guaranteed pardon right there.
Yeah, probably so.
Pardon.
Yeah.
Guaranteed pardon.
That's usually what does it. If you say nice things about Donald Trump, doesn't matter what you did. Right. As long as you're saying nice things about him, you get a pardon. You're out.
Yeah. So that guy, James Brown, going to get pardoned. Yeah. Donald James Brown Henry, going to get pardoned.
Yeah. I feel good. The guy deserved it. He was asking for it.
That's right. He called you a bankrupter, that a-hole. Well, speaking of someone being upset about things, well, let's move instead to the penis man. Pardon me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I on the wrong one?
No. They both kind of go together. I forgot that we started with the penis, then we're going to the ball part next.
Right. We got penis and ball news here.
Yeah. So this guy, as you see on the screen, Matt, 41-year-old from London, Matt Barr is his name. He has his penis independently measured at 14.5 inches. And so he is basically the largest in the world. There's been a lot of back and forth with that guy from Mexico that has like basically a bologna sausage wrapped in a bandage that he calls a wiener. So long story short, this guy, Matt Barr, fell in the shower, broke his arm, but he's blaming his giant dang. He says that he said it's a very embarrassing accident. And he says, one of the issues of being so large, especially in hot water showers, what other showers are there? Unless he's taking a cold one. But in hot water showers, it's not exactly easy to see my feet. Now, I get that
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
But why?
Don't say I get that. Don't say I get that. Why don't
I don't.
You're trying. Don't give this guy the benefit of the doubt.
No. I'm just saying you may be well endowed to that point, but you still should be able to see your feet, right?
Right.
How's it covering that much?
You're not tripping over it.
Right. There's that much area that you're like, well, I can't see my feet because of it. Maybe you're just fat, Matt. Maybe you got a little bit of a gut there that you couldn't see your feet. He says, especially when I move too fast, it can definitely mess with my balance.
What?
So he's got to like make sure it's just sitting just right.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, it's throwing him off when it flings one way or the other. So like when he's shaking and doing the thing and washing himself with his hair, it's jiggling all over. And my balance is off.
Is it like a prehensile tail or something that he
I
uses it when he's
guess.
running down power lines so he can keep his balance? He swings it around to. What the hell is he talking about?
He's like, I was rushing to get ready for work. I didn't see the excess shower gel in the tub because my penis was the only thing in my eye line. You don't have seriously, dude. You've already come out of the gates with, well, it's 14.5 inches. You don't have to keep mentioning it.
Okay. If you had a 14-incher, you're probably looking at it a lot, going, "That's pretty cool." Whenever you get the opportunity, you walk by a mirror or something, you're going, "Hey, how about me?
Look at me.
Check
Look at me go."
That part's believable that he got distracted. He got distracted by his own dick. Yeah.
But that's not blocking you from seeing your feet. That's just you looking at it.
He just went off into dreamland and was imagining what life is like, how awesome his life is.
So then, because he couldn't see that excess shower gel because he's checking out his own crank, he slipped on the shower gel, causing me to fall out of the tub completely, head first, and crack my shoulder on the hard floor. I got 2 fractures as a result.
I thought his dong helped him keep balance.
Apparently not. Yeah. Apparently, once he went akimbo, the dong just was like, "I'm not helping this situation." The rudder is just flicking all over the place.
Like an 18-wheeler, all the product shifts and everything. And
exactly. He's getting all over the place. Gotta watch out. Uh-oh. By the way, he says this isn't the first time this has happened.
I'm sure
he said, I've had close calls or minor falls before, but never anything this severe. Usually it's just been when I've had a partner in the shower with me. And I smack them and they fall down because of my giant wiener.
Yeah. It's like when teen girls first start getting breasts and they just don't know what to do. They're just like bumping into walls and stuff.
That's the same with Matt Barr, but he's 41.
Right. I know.
He's like, I've always been anxious about going into public showers because of the reactions I get. But now I'm a bit scared of private ones too. I've realized I need to shower less quickly.
Yeah.
I bought a bath mat, so even though my penis might be in the way of my view, stop staring at it, Matt. I'm less likely to lose. I'm less likely to lose my footing. This is one of the many minor things no one thinks about when it comes to having an abnormal body. While I'm naturally clumsy, it doesn't help that I have a different anatomy to most, especially such a large one. Oh, yeah, humble brag some more, dick, about your dick.
Yeah. And, Donald Trump likes to go look at... like Arnold Palmer's putter.
That's right. Exactly. So Matt Barr says, I can't see my feet because my large penis.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's rough. It's a hard knock life, rough, tough. I don't know what I'm saying. Go to the next story.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go to the next story. Here's a guy who wishes there was less to hold on to, it seems like. This story emanates to us from across the pond. This was over in Scotland. So these two, Sharon Irvine and her partner David, had not had any hibbity-dibbity for a while, right? Mm-hmm. There had been no sex going on. So Sharon, she's 55. She walks in and sees David just taking care of himself, going, "Oh yeah, I'm enjoying whatever it is I'm watching or not watching. He's just doing his thing." And as he laid there in the bed, she accused him of, she's like, "I caught you red-handed, you son of a, you won't do it with me. What the hell are you doing?" And he's like, Nah, I'm not doing that. That's when she goes, "No, you were," and then seized hold of his scrotum and pulled it.
Oh.
And she's like, "Not going to be doing that again anytime soon, brosif." He called the police and told them she'd attacked him and that there was a lot of blood. He was taken to the hospital where he needed
Wow.
stitches for a laceration to his scrotum, but he refused to cooperate with police officers. So
Damn.
she ripped it wide open.
She didn't
One
just.
may have almost fallen out.
Yeah, he's lucky she didn't throw it into the outfield.
Yeah. The couple are still together, by the way.
Well,
And
yes.
Mr.
He's
Irvin was
kinky.
present as his wife of 14 years appeared for sentencing. She did admit to the assault to severe injury. The sheriff there put her under supervisor for a year and ordered her to work with addiction support after hearing she had issues with alcohol. Oh, no. No, she doesn't have an addiction. Really? There was alcohol involved with her almost ripping his nuts off? The accused then afforded officers entry and said she had contacted police because she had hurt him and done wrong. They then attended at the bedroom area where she cautioned, and she stated that she had heard him pleasuring himself and that had angered her because he was not engaging sexual activity with her. She then grabbed him and caused injury. He refused to provide a statement, but did say she had jumped on him, grabbed him, and pulled and twisted them.
Oh, God.
That's how that's how mad she was. She was
Man.
then cautioned and arrested on suspicion of assault. So long story short, he didn't want to press the charges.
Right.
So that's why she ended up just getting a couple of years of court supervision and was able to go scot-free. And despite the fact that she almost pulled his nuts right off of his body, they're still happily married.
Yeah.
Doesn't she
Well,
look like a fine woman?
I was going to say, memorize that face, because if she ever shows up on Tinder or Bumble or something, you do not want to wrestle with that.
No, or at least, don't take care of yourself. Take care of her first.
Right.
Yeah.
Insist. Well, you know what? Now he's got a good excuse. Anytime he's in the mood and she's not, it's like, sweetheart, we're doing this because I do not want you to rip my balls off again.
Right, exactly. If you deny me, I'm going to have to go do the thing.
That's
and we know how that ends. we know how that ends.
Yeah.
I was nice enough the first time to not press charges, but the next time you almost rip my nuts off and I'm in a pool of blood from my scrot, that's when we get a divorce.
That he needs to get a court order of some sort that says if you don't have sex with him, that is considered a threat.
Correct. I would agree. Agree. A lot to go through just for guaranteed doing it at some point.
We have an update from our favorite nude beach.
Oh, Denny Blaine Park.
What's going on here?
Where rampant masturbation. So you had the Friends of Denny Blaine Park. If you're just new to this story, it was a park outside Seattle where a bunch of sex and whacking it was going on to the point where they actually in the news story said rampant masturbation.
Yeah.
It's okay to be nude in Seattle. So there was a whole back and forth. There's the Friends of Denny Blaine Park who fought to City Hall, and eventually a judge said, yeah, you know what, there's just too much nude going on in the middle of the daylight. So what they decided to do was they installed a fence aimed at hiding nudity in a clothing optional area at Denny Blaine Park. So they put up a fence, put like a tarp over the fence to have, hey, here's where you can still go do your business, do your Irvine, and here's where you have to have clothes on. Well, one individual got upset. All right. City officials installed a fence on Wednesday to separate the park into two areas where clothing is optional, closer to Lake Washington, and where clothing is required. A green tarp was attached to the fence to shield parkgoers from viewing the area that permitted nudity. That was on Wednesday. On Thursday around 11:30, a man described to be in his 30s to 40s allegedly ripped the tarp off and put it on a Honey Bucket portable toilet. Said, "Out of the hell with this. Everybody, this is Denny Blaine Park. This is where people go to do their business.
Come on and watch."
Exactly. The man allegedly damaged part of the fence as well. Neighbors reported seeing the man at the park frequently and told police he lives in a nearby tent. The association Denny Blaine Park for All has been fighting to close the park following the nearly daily instance of public whacking it, sex acts, and drug use.
And this is what's so amazing about this story is that, yeah, there are nude beaches and nude parks and everything, but this is one that has obviously gone way too far. It's not just nude, it's a swinging park.
Yes. literally Matt Barr could go there and just stare at his own crank over and over again and be like, "Hey, like what you see here, people? Watch out! I'm falling down. It's swinging
Yeah.
around too fast." So yeah, so they had the fence up, and that was going to be the solution. But the crazy guy in the tent down the way said, "No, we all got to be nude. We got to be able to do what God intended us to do." So we'll see if they put the fence back up, or if they build a wall, or if now they're just going to be all have to wear your clothes,
This
like
is
no
a-
nudity whatsoever.
Yeah, this is a very controversial part. We've had stories on this 3 times in like 2 months, I think. It's just,
Yes.
it is not going away.
No, it's a story that continues on, and if nothing else on this year's show, we are your number one source for rampant masturbation news from Denny Blaine Park.
Yes.
We will keep you updated.
Live updates. We will pop on the live stream anytime that there is an update in Denny Blaine news.
We're trying to get a live camera there, but that goes against YouTube
Right.
and Facebook and everything else, so we cannot.
Well, it's about that time of the year when they start throwing more words in the dictionary. And man, it seems like 6,000 seems like a lot of words.
We got to start getting rid of some, right?
I think so.
I think we need to start getting if we're going to add. And by the way, how are you adding 6,000 words?
That's a lot.
Or are you adding abbreviations as well? Some of these words are gibberish. Are you adding like text words or social media words like along those lines?
Well, as you can see, skibbity is now in the Cambridge Dictionary.
That's just that weird toilet video, right?
Yes.
Skibbity toilet?
Skibbity toilet. And according to them, the definition is that it can mean either cool or bad. It's a very clear word.
Yes.
It has no real meaning and is used as a joke. But for a chunk of time, the kids were all about skibbity.
Not so much anymore.
And you're saying this has waned. Yeah.
Yeah, it's whack now. Is that a thing they still say? That skibbity is whack.
But it is just one of the more than 6,000 new words that are going into the Cambridge Dictionary. Other planned words include tradwife, which is a contraction of traditional wife.
Why is that a thing?
Why is it a contraction?
Yeah, why do we need what's wrong with issional? Is issional too much to write? We just have a problem with issional, like, that's too many words. Just put it all together, tradwife it up.
Yeah, we're busy. You got to save time wherever you can.
Truth.
Delulu is going in the dictionary.
We talked about Delulu. That's delusional, right?
Yeah.
She Delulu.
Yeah,
like
you're getting
just
a little Delulu here.
Straight up Delulu.
Yeah. Believing that the things that are not real or true, usually because you choose to. A senior lecturer of sociolinguistics at the University of Edinburgh. Boy, I bet that guy's a thrill at parties.
Oh, God. Him and Matt Barr should hang out. Or the guy that didn't wipe his ass who said it's societal expectations.
He said that many of the new words are tied to social media platforms like TikTok because that is how most young people communicate.
Dude, It is, too. I just had my goddaughters in town, and the amount of just like, it was watching the sociological experiment, watching them of like, just flipping, scrolling, hearting, next. I was like, did you even watch any of that? Oh, yeah, I saw a little. It's like, oh, okay. Because I had no idea what it is all about. Like, but you loved it. So cool.
Mouse jiggler is a holdover from the pandemic. This was something that made it seem like you were working when you really weren't.
Oh, I thought it was a Denny Blaine Park thing.
Yeah, it's the opposite of the guy with the big penis. It's a guy with a little penis. You're a mouse jiggler.
I'm here at Denny Blaine Park. Anybody doing any mouse jiggling behind that fence?
Forever chemical is going into the dictionary because they're going into all of us.
Yeah.
And it is the Cambridge Dictionary is now a database of more than 2 billion words. You're right.
Oof.
We probably only need about, 700 or 800.
Yeah, we should pare it down. Right. We should go through like We should go through some of. Yeah, that's true.
Well, Greg, I mean, I think Greg's asking what kids know what a dictionary is. I mean, I don't know. You gotta go look it up somehow. I mean, you're not. No, yeah, nobody has a physical dictionary. Yours, Greg, is probably sitting next to your phone book. Um, but yeah, you search online for a
What do
word.
you do? What do you do for judging Scrabble then? I guess you got to
Sure.
go online and have your phone near you to do Scrabble.
Hey, if there are 2 billion words, how can you ever lose at Scrabble?
Right.
You should just be able
Yeah.
to throw the tiles on the board and go, those are words.
That's a word. That's a word. Ouija from way back in The Simpsons. That's a word
Mhm.
now because it's from a Simpsons episode. So now it's in a dictionary because The Simpsons foretold the future.
They say that if you look at what a dictionary function is, it's a public record of how people use language. And so if people are now using words like skibbity or delulu, then the dictionary should take account of that.
That's fine, but we had Urban Dictionary.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's interesting. I wonder how many words have gone from Urban Dictionary to Dictionary.
Skeet, is that one that made the jump?
I don't know.
We'd have to look it up. I have
I
to
don't know.
see. But 2 billion,
Um,
that's about a billion too many words.
oh my God. Yeah. No, it's about 1.9 billion too many words. We don't say that much. We're not that
No,
interesting.
no, we really aren't. We should go through and start eliminating some. We'll start next week. We'll start with the letter A, and
Right.
we'll go through. That'll be our new podcast. 20,
Give us a
26
call.
weeks. 26 weeks with Mike and Molson, eliminating words.
Any word you don't like, let us know, and we'll take it out of the dictionary for you.
Yes. We'll start a petition. MoveOn.org. Speaking of moving on, as you move on into the great beyond, whatever lies ahead of this mortal coil, this guy's there to crash the funeral and let everybody in on some secrets that you wanted to take to your grave, but still want to unburden yourself I should say, to someone. Let us introduce you to the Coffin Confessor. This guy, he's over in Europe. Bill Edgar is his name. He is 50 some years old. He's a dad of two. And pardon me, he's from Australia, pardon me.
Okay.
And he is the coffin confessor. And he says he's the world's only coffin confessor. You pay him money and he will show up at your funeral, at your wake, whatever, after you die, and unburden whatever needs to be unburdened to the family.
Oh, so if you don't have the opportunity to have a deathbed confession and finally get it off your chest, he comes in and does it for you.
Or if you want to do like a big screw you to everyone, he'll do that as well, because this all came out of a conversation that he had with an individual, his first client back in 2018. He was enjoying some tea with a man who revealed he was dying from pancreatic cancer. We started talking about life, death, and everything in between. He then told me about his best friend who is screwing his wife while he's on his deathbed. So this cancer patient's best friend humping his wife while he's dying.
Jeez.
Bill, the coffin confessor, suggested that he put this in his eulogy and say, hey, when you write your own eulogy, put that in there. But the man doubted his family would believe him from beyond the grave. I said, well, I could always crash your funeral. He thought he was joking, but a couple weeks later, the guy texted him about it. After fact-checking the affair, Bill and his client hatched a plan. He would interrupt the friend because the friend was scheduled to give the eulogy at the funeral. Old Bill here would then go ahead and crash the funeral, interrupt the friend's eulogy, and tell him to sit down, shut up, or F off. When the man
Wow.
died later that year, Bill snuck into the service. 2 minutes into the eulogy, he set a timer on his phone. The man in the coffin got something to say, Bill stood up and said. Before opening an envelope and reading out the details of the infidelity, in response, the friend chose the latter option provided by Bill and effed off, says Bill. He goes, I crashed the funeral thinking it was a one-off, but I wasn't even in my car when a woman came up to me and said, you've got to go see my auntie. I stopped. So after he pulls that one, he goes, as he's leaving that one of the funeral goers there goes, "Hey, I got something. I got somebody that needs your help as well." I stopped at a cafe, sat there thinking, could this be something people need? So maybe I'm a coffin confessor. And then I went, you know what? F it. That's not a bad name. I'm going to do it. He's had 50 clients since who have asked him to, among other things, place items on their coffins, sweep their homes for belongings they don't want loved ones to see,
Oh,
or
wow.
deliver a gift from the afterlife to families. He's got a flat rate of 10,000 Australian dollars to do this for whomever.
Yeah.
One asked me to pinprick his body because he's terrified of being buried alive. So he wanted someone to go up and pinprick the body to make sure that I'm dead.
Yeah. Is that enough? I mean, don't you gotta like
I-
smack him in the face or something? A pinprick. If you're really sick, you might not notice that.
Yeah. One lady got me to confess to her son that now get this doozy. I don't even know if 10 grand's worth this one of one of his 50 clients. One lady got me to confess to her son that she wasn't his mother, but actually his grandmother. His sister was his real mother, and his father was his grandfather.
Okay. That's information that needs to be shared at a funeral, though. Is that the time? Can you not wait?
No,
I mean, it's already. I mean, you're already
I'm not
wrecked.
waiting. I'm not waiting for the reception confessor. I'm the coffin confessor. Damn it! Because that coffin's got to be there for my job to be done.
Wow.
Yes. So once
That's
again,
pretty harsh.
to the son, that the mom wasn't the mom, but actually the grandma, and his sister was the real mom, and his father was his grandfather.
Oh, what a time to find that out.
Oh, God. During another funeral, Bill had to ask a priest to sit down while leading a service as the deceased didn't want a religious ceremony, even though the family wanted one. So he's like, "Hey, Padre, take a seat." He said,
Wow.
"Funerals are the living, people have told me. Well, F you, it's my client that's dead. It's their funeral." So he's got a bunch of ones. Recent job, he knocked on the door of a man whose wife had died 7 months ago to deliver him flowers. It was his anniversary. Oh. So yeah, it's not all the crazy stuff. Some of it is other things he'll do.
Yeah, we might have to reach out to him. I've got lots of questions there. I can kind of see the logic of this.
I can as well. I think he's doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
He's helping with closure. And if we get him on the show, I gotta ask him about that. The mom is not the mom, but the grandma, and the mom is actually the sister, and the dad is the grand. Yeah, gotta ask him about that one. That's a doozy.
So it's awesome that, right. So not only is he going to come and tell all your secrets at your funeral, but he's also going to put it in a book and tell the whole world what happened too. So
right, which is even better.
No scruples whatsoever.
No. Doing the Lord's work, though. Doing the Lord's work.
It's time for...
Yes. What is going on here?
This week in slow-mo, where we find a fast-moving video from the internet and we slow it down because a lot goes on in a short amount of time. And you can see here, we've got a couple of fools on the hill who are getting themselves into all kinds of trouble.
This looks like a combo of the past two Twismos.
Yeah.
The Savannah Banana flopping on his face and the guy touching the stingray, because that's the same reaction. The guy who was stepping on the stingray, that guy on the right side of the screen, has the same reaction.
Well, you tell me when you see it, but I think the intent was they were going to do some sort of simultaneous karate tumbly flip synchronized
Parkour?
thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And here's what happened.
Whoops. You are not John Wick, sir. You
Right.
are not John Wick.
I get the feeling that they were going to try to do like a really cool simultaneous thing,
Spin
and
kick.
yeah, our man there on the left did
Slow.
not. Yeah, he was just not. He wasn't ready for it,
No. He was going the wrong way.
or they just, or they just didn't agree on the timing of it, or something. Nope. Somebody said
Correct.
one. It was it going to be 1, 2, 3, go, or 1, 2, 3,
Or 1,
and we
2,
go.
3.
Yeah.
Should we go on 3 or 1, 2, and 3? That's I think that's exactly what transpired right there.
Yeah.
Because the one guy's rolling. The one guy got into it too quick, and the other guy was going the opposite way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not even sure the guy on the left knows how to do whatever it was they were trying to do.
No. Well, he didn't get an opportunity because he got kicked in the face. Oh, he took his shoe off. I didn't notice that the first couple of times. It happened so fast.
Yeah, and even slowing it down 40%, it still moves really fast. So let's take it down another notch here, because it's a lot of crazy in a very short amount of time.
Oh. Who got more hurt there?
I don't know. They're both wrecked.
Because I feel like the guy who kicked the guy in the head got the worst of it. Like, he's got a broken shin.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to feel that for a long, long time. And it's hard to detect. I mean, did he get him in the head? Did he get him in the neck? I'm not entirely sure where the damage was.
I've been, you know what? Roll it back in slow-mo here. I've been so paying attention to the doof who got kicked. I'm going to see if I can blame it on the guy who actually did the maneuver correctly. I'm going to make a case for that here.
All right.
Let me watch this. Now, the guy who got kicked in the face or in the head or the neck or wherever was zhuzhing it up too much. The guy on the right just does a layout and lands it, and it's his back foot. He's already got his front foot planted, and his back foot's coming down, and the other doof is just getting ready to do like a quick spin-a-rooney.
I think the internet's going to fight with you on that one, because the guy on the right drifted.
Yeah, but a little bit. But he was already in the midst of doing his move when Ding Dong hadn't even started his spin. That's just a great freeze frame, by the way.
I don't think he should have drifted like he did.
No, that guy spun right into his leg. That's all on the guy on the left. The other guy has already landed his trick, and this Ding Dong just spins his way right into that guy's shin.
Right.
Makes him lose his sweet, sweet sandal.
Yeah. Well, let's zoom in a little bit, and we can see exactly how both of these people suffer horribly. Oh man!
Oof.
I mean, he just he get. I
right
thought
across
maybe
the jaw.
I thought maybe it was his neck, but it's not. He gets it right. Yeah, right. He gets it right in the lower part of his head there, doesn't he?
Right in the mush. Yeah, right there. He spins right into it too, and just wham. Oh, anguish cam. Okay, here's the other dude. You're right. He drifts a little bit, but he's already landed his trick. And that guy's head just happens to hit his shin.
Yeah, they just I just don't think they agreed on which way they were going and what the timing was. It was just it's just they're not going to make it in the Olympics, whatever Olympic sport that might be.
Or stunt choreography. They're not going to make it in that either.
No. Yeah, I don't know if it was doubles figure skating or whatever it is. They just don't have the
No. They don't have the juice.
Yeah. Greg chimes in. I think I busted my shin when it planted upside his chin. A video like by Johnny and Mike. A 2-man win-win. Thank you, Poet Laureate.
Yes. Well done, Poet Laureate.
All right. Let's go to the anguish cam, Mike.
I love anguish cam. It's one of my favorite things.
I do too. I'm glad we've Glad we've zoomed into the anguish cam because there's a lot of anguish.
Yes, very much so. Well deserved.
So there's
There it is.
there's the initial bit of anguish, but he's still hurting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there he is again, hurting.
Oh,
Pain, lots of pain.
Yes. Oh, wow, an anchor's cam trifecta.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to have a headache. And he doesn't want his
For a
buddy
while.
anywhere near him.
No.
But, as we suspected, the other guy, I mean, he's hurting too.
Double anchors.
He's hurting too.
Big time.
And this one's so chaotic that it also requires the shoe cam.
Yes. All right. Give it to me.
Because you did correctly note that a shoe goes flying, but what you didn't realize is 2 shoes go flying.
What? Okay.
Here's one. And then he loses his.
I did not notice. I did not realize it was a double shoe flyer.
Yeah. Yeah, so so
There's the first.
The kicker loses his shoe.
Right there.
And then the kickee hits the ground and his shoe goes off. He's just left with one sock.
Oh my God.
And I think the first one comes back in, I believe.
Wow. Holy. That took me on a journey.
Yeah. And like we always do, now we go back to the very beginning and you realize how much happens in microseconds. Down. He's gone.
Shoe gone.
That's it.
Wow. All that happens in that amount of time.
Yeah. And the guy and the dude on the ground even just goes, "Get away from me. I'm not even, don't apologize. Don't look at me. Don't talk to me. Don't get your dumb bare foot next to me."
Right. That shit has already hit me across the face. I don't need it by my face again. Meanwhile, I wish there was a tourist group of old men who try to anchor themselves in the teeter-totter and they fall down in the background. That'd have been even better.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I didn't notice the teeter-totter.
The double Twismo there. That'd have been even better. Call back. Watch that video below.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh.
You know, I wish we were like Tosh and we could do a redemption. I'd love to see these guys actually pull off whatever it was they were trying to do.
I would too. Maybe that's something we look into now.
If you're out there somewhere, get with us because we'd love to see whatever it was you were trying to do be done right. Because this is
Send
just
us
a
your
mess.
video. Yeah. Send us your video of you hitting those moves and keeping your shoes on, and we'll make that a Twismo and cheer you loudly. Oof.
And as we've always said, if there is a video out there that you think needs to be slowed down and analyzed, please leave it in the comments or contact us somehow. We'd be happy to. We're always looking for a good, because it's you know, they're not very good video quality, but you understand. You can really learn a lot about physics here. We're teaching people. We're teaching people. We're keeping you safe from radioactive shrimp. That's what we're doing here every Wednesday night.
And reminding you to wipe your ass. Those are the big 3 things from today's show. Don't eat the great value radioactive shrimp. Stay safe and wipe your ass.